Hello, I'm Svetlin Nakov from SoftUni and I'm experienced software engineer and tech trainer. And I love to teach programmers how to code. During the last 15 years, I've helped more than 100,000 of young people to begin coding, learn software development, and start a job in the tech industry. Just Google my name and you'll find more about what I do as a technical trainer, teacher, and entrepreneur. Today, I'm excited to start teaching programming and software technologies on a global scale for my growing Learn to Code community. Welcome to my free code lessons. The code lessons are not just video tutorials. They combine videos with practical coding exercises where you write code after each lesson and you learn by doing, by writing code, by fixing bugs, by learning from your mistakes, and by coding because you need to practice in order to learn skills. Why do you need to practice? Because coding is a skill, it's not knowledge. It cannot be learned by watching videos. That's why after each code lesson, I'll give you a set of practical coding exercises. I will introduce you to our automated evaluation system called Repl.it, where you send your code and the system tells whether it is correct or not. And it's free, so everyone can use it to check their skills. Today, I will start my first lesson with a simple Java tutorial for starting with Java programmers. It's designed for absolute beginners. This will be my first lesson, so it is just a start. You can expect many more code lessons in the next few weeks, and I'll publish a series of Java lessons which follow logically one after another. So if you want to learn Java coding, just follow my lessons in the correct order. In this lesson, I will explain what is coding is, what are commands, and what is their syntax in the Java programming language. I'll show you how to write simple commands and Java programs, how to run and execute them, how to see the output, and together we'll solve a few coding exercises to practice our new skills, because we learn skills, not just knowledge. We don't watch videos. We train ourselves to become Java developers. We shall use a free online code editor called Repl.it, so you need nothing more than your laptop. I recommend to use a laptop instead of tablet or smartphone because it works better. Finally, I'll show you how to use the SoftUni, our automated code evaluation system, and how to submit your code for automated grading. Okay, let's start. Let's begin learning Java. It's easy. Just follow my instructions. Welcome to coding. In this section, I will explain what coding is and how to write simple commands in Java. Together, we will write and execute a few small Java programs. We shall use the online code editor Repl.it, so you need nothing more than your laptop. So, what is coding? Coding means to give commands to tell the computer what to do. This is an example of command in the Java language. It consists of system.out.println in brackets and in quotes, hey, I'm coding. These commands consist of something which tells what to do and some parameters which tells details about the command. And the command ends with semicolon. Let's go ahead and explain what is a computer program. A computer program is a sequence of commands, a sequence of lines of codes which come one after another, like in this example. This is the first command. It tells, please print at the command line this text first command. Let the second command prints the text second command, and another command comes and it prints another different text called third command. Texts in programming are usually put in quotes on single or in double quotes, and parameters for the commands are usually put into brackets, just like in math, expressions in math. So I want to show you in action how to write these commands because it's not so complex. We shall use a very simple online coding environment called Repl.it. You can register at Repl.it, and at this website you can write code, compile code, run code in many languages such as Java, JavaScript, Python, C#, and many others. I will open Repl.it, and if you don't have an account, you should register. I will log out to show you that you can register and here at start coding, or you can just log in. I will just log in with my username and password, and we'll continue ahead. So after registration and login, you can create a new REPL. REPL means a program or a piece of code. Okay, so we can choose Java, JavaScript, Python, or some other, and I'll write Java. I want to create a Java program here at Repl.it, and I'll give some name, for example, play with Java. It's not recommended to have spaces in the title. I click create REPL and I'm ready. What you see at the screen is called coding environment or developer environment, or IDE, integrated development environment. Integrated because you have compiler, code editor, runner, and everything integrated together. So writing commands is done here at this place, and running the program is done here. In Java, we usually have some class definitions, some method definition, and we'll learn later about them, but this is the place here where we put our commands. So these are some things like the compiler. I will explain about compilation later, and the runner of Java. So to compile this Java program, we use the Java C compiler, and to run it, we use the Java command. Okay, so when we run this, this is the output. Hello world. We can modify this program by printing something else. For example, hey, I'm coding, and I run this with this button, and the output is, hey, I'm coding. It needs some time to compile, but this is the output. Okay, congratulations, this is your first Java program if you repeat what I'm doing now. We can put several commands here. I can copy this and I can paste it several times. I need to find paste, Control V. Okay, it should be printed here, and I can write some second command, and I can write again system.out.println, like print line in quotes, third command, and I need to put this semicolon at the end, which means that the command ends here. If I forget to put this, I'll have a compilation error. See, I remove this semicolon at the end, and now I try to compile this and I'll get an error. It says, please put this semicolon. I expect it. Okay, so let's get back and explain what is coding, how to write programs, and how to use this Repl.it. I already demonstrated this to you, so let's continue with several more examples. Commands in Java. We can calculate expressions just like this. I can calculate the expression 5 plus 5, which will be 10. And I can write another expression, for example, this website is a little bit slow, but we'll use later desktop development environment and we'll solve this problem. I can multiply 5 by 7 and the result will be clearly 35 because I can calculate any expression, mathematical expression here. For example, this will be 36. 7 multiplied by 5 is 35 plus 1, 36. So another example of command is to check whether this string contains another string, and the result will be true here. For example, I can check whether the text soft uni thought contains the text uni, okay, and this will output true because it's true that this contains the other text. It says false because this uni is not with capital letter, and the string matching by default works in case sensitive mode. Okay, let's see the result here. The result now will be true. Okay, another command is to print the numbers from 1 to 100. This is a more complex command which is called a for loop. We'll learn about loops a little bit later in one of our next coding classes. But generally we tell the computer, please repeat for I changing from 1 to 100, and for each value of I, please print this I. I'll demonstrate this for you. I can write for int e equals 1, e less than equal 100, I plus plus, and here at the next one I say console not console sorry, this is in another language, system.out.print when I run this small program, I will get the numbers from 1 to 100 here on the output of my program. In the next section, I'm going to explain you some basic programming concepts such as coding, code commands, programming, computer programs, algorithms, programmers, software developers, software engineers, development environments, IDEs, and few others. I will demonstrate an example of complete Java program which holds a class definition, a method definition, and a few commands inside. Okay, let's go ahead and explain what is programming. Programming means writing computer programs, and computer programs, just like this one, are sequences of commands. Some programs are small, like just 5 or 10 commands, but some programs could be large. For example, 100,000 of commands or 1 million commands. Like, for example, the MS Microsoft Word application, the text editor from Microsoft, document editor, it consists of 10 million lines of code or maybe more. And programming is done using a certain programming language, such as Java or Python, and these programming languages are typically very similar. All of them consist of commands, but the format of the commands might be different, and the constructions of commands might be different. What is algorithm? Algorithm is the concept of describing of what the computer should do as a sequence of commands. I will need to go back. Algorithm is a sequence of commands that achieve certain result. For example, algorithm is implemented if you want to unlock the door. So the first step is to find your key. The second step is to put the key in the lock. The third step or command is to turn right the key inside the lock, and finally to open the door. So this is called algorithm, a sequence of commands or steps to achieve a certain result. Programmers implement algorithms. They write sequences of commands to achieve something. And programming or coding is performed by programmers, which are sometimes called software developers. Programmers or coders are people who write code to implement some algorithm to achieve something. For example, to implement a social network app, which takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and consists of millions of commands which are first written, then changed, some bugs are fixed, and this is a complex, iterative, and time-consuming process. Programmers use IDE, development environments like IntelliJ IDEA, which I will show you later in my next series of these coding lessons, or Eclipse, or other like this online Repl.it, which I already demonstrated to you. So in the development environment, you can write code, you can run and test the code, and you can fix bugs. Writing the code is just to go there and write the code. Fixing the bugs is, for example, if this is not correct, we can start from 5 to 10 and not from 1 to 100. And this is the run button. So we can do all of this, writing the code, changing the code, and compiling and running this code. Compiling means to prepare the code for execution, for running. Okay, so let's go ahead and give you some more complicated examples of Java programs. Sequence of Java commands. This is a Java program which consists of 3 lines of code. The first defines the variables and saves the value of 5 inside it. And this is int, means that this is a variable of type number. Then we print the size, and then we print the square area by this given size. So if we multiply this size by size, 5 by 5, we'll calculate the area of a square which has this size 5. Let's write this program. So we can say int size equals 5, semicolons, to end this first command. The second command will be please system.out.print ln, print at a new line, this size equals, plus means to concatenate or just print the text, and immediately after that the value of this variable size. And finally we say system.out.println area equals, and here we multiply size by size. Okay, let's run this program and see what the output will be. It will print that the size is 5, then it prints that the area is 25. The first command has no output, this has this output, and the last command has this output. I can also calculate like this: int area equals size multiplied by size, and then I can print area. So I made the same program but with 4 commands, not 3 commands, because you can achieve the same result by different sequence of commands. You can, for example, I can interchange the order of these commands and the result will be the same. First I do the calculations, later I print the result, or I first print the area, then I calculate, first print the size, then I calculate the area, and finally I print this area. And the result now will be exactly the same, because this is very similar program like the previous example. Okay, this is the output we achieve, and this is a complete computer program. I already explained that the commands in the program should be arranged in a class. This is defined by the Java language, and in a method. Just assume that All programs start with these two lines and finish with these two lines. This is how Java works. Other languages like Python and JavaScript and even C#, they don't need all of this. You can directly type commands, but Java is more complex language. So we define a class which starts here with this bracket and it ends here with this closing curly bracket. In the class we need to place this public static void main bracket string args. Just type exactly the same text. We'll learn details about it later, and inside it we print the commands. Commands are arranged and the white space does not matter. This is called white space. Okay, so this is the same program. Commands can be arranged differently, but usually we arrange, I will return back with Ctrl Z. Usually they are arranged one after another, and when something is put inside something, when something is inside something else, we move it to the right with one tap, or 2 spaces or 4 spaces. So see, this text is put on the right, or indented, how programmer says, to the right. It's not correct to put your program like this. This is bad program because it's hard to read. It's hard to understand what's inside. And if the program is bigger, it will be even more hard. So what's next? Let's write a more complex console-based Java program, a program which converts a given value of United States dollars USD to euro at some fixed rate. We need to create a scanner object which will allow us to read data from the standard input, from the so-called console. In order to use this scanner, we'll need to import the Java util scanner. I will show you later, just in a moment. Next, we can tell the scanner to read the next integer which comes from the input, and later we make a calculation and we multiply the dollars by this fixed rate. We assume that the rate is fixed and it is exactly this 0.88379, etc. And finally we calculate the result. The output will be something like this, and I will demonstrate you this now. So we have the same this Java program, and we say scanner equals to new scanner brackets system.in. Okay, system with S. Okay, so we need to import this. What does this mean? This means that this is an external object coming from an external library, and we need to say import java.util.scanner. This scanner comes from this Java library. So I just want to use this class or this command from the standard Java library. Okay. Once I write this line of code, I can say, please define a variable euro, or it's dollars, okay, which is equals to scanner dot next int. Please, how this command works? It says scanner dot next int, read the next integer value from the user and save it into a variable, into a memory labeled dollars. This is a place in the computer memory where we put something, and this something is an integer int. This is how Java works. Java is not the most easy programming language, but it is one of the languages which are most wanted in the software industry. So if you learn Java, the chance to start a job is bigger than if you learn some other language. Generally, it is It might be different in different countries, in different industries, but generally Java is one of the most needed software programming languages in the industry. So let's continue. I say double euro equals to dollars multiplied by 0.88379 5087. Okay, so why I use here double? Because this is not integer number like this one, but it is double number which has a floating point number, which means that this is a number like this. It has integer side and part which is after the dot, after the decimal point. So it is a decimal number. Okay, and finally I need to print the result. System.out.println and .out.println, and I'll print some text like this, which says dollars plus space dollars is equal to plus euro plus the text euro. For example, I'll print something like $5 is equal to, for example, 4.3 euro. Let's start this and see what the output will be. Okay, now the program is compiled, now the program is running, and here the program is stopped here at next thing, and it's trying to read a number from the user. So I type 5 and I press enter, and it says $5 is equal to 4.418 etc. euro. I can even print something like this system.out.print without ln, because I don't want to go to the new line. Print something like enter how many dollars do you have, with a space. Okay, and now when I run this program, it will first ask me, how many dollars do you have? And I said, I have $23. Okay, $23, this is 20.32 euro. Did you catch the idea? The idea is that we write comments after another, comments, another comment, and this sequence of comments is called a program. Currently, we use the Java programming language to write this Java code. These comments in Java should be encapsulated in a method, in this one, and it is encapsulated in a class. And we can import libraries just like this, and we can write these programs. We use this Repl.it.com as an online integrated development environment, just like designers use Photoshop and accountants use Excel. Developers use integrated development environment like this one, or like IntelliJ IDEA, which I will show you in the next lesson. So if I have $0, I'll have as well €0, 0.0, because this is a decimal, not integer, but decimal number, which has the integer side and the fractional side. Now I want to show you the SoftUnit Judge system. SoftUnit Judge is an automated system for code evaluation. Just send your code solution for a certain coding problem, and the system will tell you whether your solution is correct or not. and what exactly is missing or wrong. I'm sure you will love the judge system once you start using it. So we can test the programs in this judge. It is located at judge.softuni.org. This is a service from Softuni, which is absolutely free for everyone. And this is a link related to our Java tutorial lesson, the first part where you are watching this video now, and the exercises are here. So you can press practice, and the first problem is called Hello Java, and here you can write your Hello Java code like this and achieve some results. So the first program here called Hello Java is write a Java program which prints Hello Java. So my Java program will be something like this: print Hello Java system.out.println Hello Java. So let's test whether this works or not. It is underlined because it tells that I have imported this library, but I don't use it. And this program prints Hello Java. I can take it, copy, and I can put it here for evaluation, paste. And I just submit this. When I submit this, it is still not processed. I can wait a bit and click this, refresh, and it's evaluated and it says it's correct. If I write a program which is incorrect, like this one, Hello Nakuf, for example, this is a program which prints Hello Nakuf. It doesn't print the correct output Hello Java. If I take it and if I put it here for evaluation in the Softuni judge Softuni.org, okay, and I submit it, it says that it's successfully sent for evaluation. It says it's not correct. We can even see details, and the details says the 1.0 of your output is different than what we expect. We expect Hello Java, but your program prints Hello Nakuf. Please fix this problem. So did you understand how this works? It is a very, very helpful tool which we'll use in our lessons because we want you to practice. Now it's your turn to write code. Please don't skip the exercises. The only way you can learn to code is by coding. Follow the exercises which I have prepared for you in this lesson. Write the code, submit it in the judge system, and you'll get the practical skills from this lesson, not just the theory. Find the exercise descriptions and the link to judge at softuni.org. Are you ready to practice? I will show you how. Learning a skill is done by doing. If you want to learn how to drive a car, you need to drive a car. That's how instructors teach you, or your father teach you how to drive a car. He first explain you a little bit, then you do it. So the same thing happens now. I'm explaining you what is Java, what is coding, how to write simple programs, and later you need to do it yourself with your hands. Otherwise, you will learn nothing. To learn coding, you need to write code. That's it. It's impossible to learn coding without writing a code. It's impossible to learn how to ride a bicycle without riding a bicycle. It's impossible to learn how to swim without swimming. So you need to practice. You are learning a skill, and software companies need developers who have the skills of writing code, programmers who can have the skill of writing. So watching videos give you only the knowledge. Remember this. it's interesting. You can sit at the bed and watch the videos, and it's interesting. Someone is talking to you and you are happy. But unless you write the code, you will not get the skill. So solving the exercises I give you is the only way to practice. You need to practice to gain practical skills. So please write and submit the coding exercises which I give you. Otherwise, you will just remember some piece of knowledge and you will not get the skill. You will not become a software developer. Learning by doing is something which we do at SoftUni, and tens of thousands of people already have tried this and have learned to code, and most of them have started their job as software engineers. So the first problem we want to solve is to write a Java program which prints hello Java on the console, just like this. When you are ready, you need to submit your solution in the SoftUni judge. This is something which we already created for you, and we can put this code here, hello Java. I already wrote it and I submit it, and I need to wait a bit, and it says it's correct. I have 100 out of 100 points. Some coding exercises might be partially solved. For example, 50 out of 100 or 20 out of 100. We'll see later. The second problem is, okay, let's see the solution. We already explained how this works. We already played with it, so I will go ahead. How to submit it in the judge. I already demonstrated this to you, and I already demonstrated that you should press after submission, you should wait a bit and press this refresh button until the result is shown on the screen. The next problem is to calculate and print the value of the expression 5 multiplied by 5. It should be something like this. So we can take our code and modify it to print 5 multiplied by 5. The result should be 25, and we can take this code, copy, and we can put it here at this second problem, print 5 by 5. I print submit, and it gets here. I need to wait a bit and click refresh, and it's accepted. I have 100 points. Okay, we can, of course, submit our solutions like I already did at this judge link. This is a sample solution, and I can go ahead. The next problem is to print your name and the expression, the value of the expression 5 pi plus 3. This is how the output may look like, and this is another example how the output may look like. If I need to solve this problem, I will print 5 plus 3, but I will need another problem, copy, another command, Control V, paste, and I will print my name, which is Svetlin Nakov. Okay, let's run it and see what the output will be. It will print Svetlin Nakov at the first line and 8 at the second line. I will take this, Control C, Control and C is the same like copy. It is everywhere in computers, not only in Java and in programming. So I'll go here, name and expressions, and we'll print this. Okay, I have this submitted, successfully submitted solution, and I need to wait a bit. Oh, it takes longer than usually, and it looks like it is correct. If I print first this expression and then my name, it will probably be incorrect and will probably give me, oh, it accepts it. This is because the checker, the algorithm to check whether you are correct or not, says this. But if I print this one, for example, it will tell me that this is a compile time error, which means that you have error in your program, and it's incorrect, of course. If I don't print this expression, if I print, for example, 3 multiplied by 20, this is incorrect solution because it will not print 8. If I submit this, I'll get an error here. Paste, submit. I need to wait a bit. And when I refresh in a few seconds, it will say, your solution is incorrect. So using this tool, you can practice at home. You can practice on your own and train your skills. Okay? The next problem is to write these calculations. I will not solve this for you because I want that you write some code alone without me. And the last problem is to print a square 7 by 7. So I will leave this previous lesson for you. This problem called calculation here for you to write it yourself. You need to print 3 commands: to print this one, to calculate and print this one, and to calculate and print the value of this expression. And the output will be something like this. And the last problem for today, for this lesson, is to print a square of 7 by 7 stars. So how you can print it is just like this. Print line, the first star, space, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. And this is a bug in the code editor. It prints double quotes. I will take this and I can paste it 7 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When I run this, it will print this square of stars, right? I can submit it, copy, go here, square 7 by 7 stars, submit, and I need to wait a bit and check whether it is correct. Beware that you need to have spaces here. If I forget to put the space here and I submit it, the judge will tell me that the result is incorrect. I can see the details and it says, please, you have somewhere here a problem. Okay, and this is another solution. It's implemented using a loop. I repeat 7 times this command below. We will learn more about loops later, but generally I can say for I starting from 0 until I reaches 6, I plus plus. At each iteration of this loop, please print this. Again, it's not necessary to understand now how loops work. I will explain them in another separate lesson, but the output will be the same and you can check it in the judge system. The final problem for today, for your exercise, is to write a Java program which reads a number just like this one, and which is something, a value in euro, and by using this fixed rate $1.17 for 1 euro to calculate how many dollars are there if you have, for example, 5 euro here. And I will not solve all of this. I have already solved a similar problem in the video, but generally you need to import the scanner, to initialize the scanner from the system.in, the standard input. Later you need to read the double value, the euros, by scan.nextDouble. In the previous example we used scanner.nextInt, which means integer number. We'll use a double number, which is something like 1.5 or 3.14. And then we calculate the dollars by multiplying the euro by a certain constant, certain fixed rate, and then we print the US dollars. And the output will be something like this. I don't want to print it this entirely, so to type it again, I will copy it just to demonstrate you how it works. So if I have 5, for example, euro, this means that I'll have 5.85 US dollars, and I can submit this in the judge. Okay, I will not give you this solution. You should write it yourself. It's not recommended to do like me, to copy paste. I highly recommend that you write all of your code yourself, because when you are typing the code, you will work many things. For example, that you need to have here a semicolon, that if this is a big and not small n, it will not run, like this is double with small d, like you should have a space here, etc, etc, etc. You need to write the code yourself in order to learn programming. Remember that the most important activity in learning how to code is coding. Maybe I repeated myself several times today, but it is tremendously important to do and submit your exercises and to practice what we have learned today, to develop it as a skill.